Are we live? I think yeah, it's counting. Hi guys, but I think is the video camera on? For that I'm very sorry, but you can't see anything on this, right? Hello guys, I hope I am visible. Thank you for joining our live. I'm just waiting for few of us to join. While I'm just wanting to mention that in the field of rice and in the field of exports, we are trying to cover as many topics as possible. If you are someone who are looking to do rice exports or exports, if you are a beginner, if you are just having the idea in your mind but don't know how to start, if you are already an exporter but want to increase your export orders, there's a lot of things that we can do together. Until I wait for more people to join, I would like to mention a few highlights on exports, on rice exports particularly. India exported 80,000 crores worth of rice last year, and this exports of rice from India was only 40,000 crores about 2 years back. So in the last 2 years, that is during the time of COVID, India doubled its quantity of rice exports, which is an amazing thing, which means additional capacities have been built, and it also is an indication that we all have so much of room to become exporters and rice exporters. As we speak, I have something come from Ajay Kumar. Your video helps a lot. Thank you so much, Ajay Kumar, on this. It is from you know supporters like you, Ajay, because of which we are motivated to keep doing this work on exports, rice exports. I have Kushubu Suri here asking how can we start rice exports. For all of you who haven't checked on our website, it's www.pwip.co. We are on YouTube and Instagram, also on WhatsApp. We are on Facebook. You can reach us out at multiple places. We are on LinkedIn. Our main idea has always been to work on exports as a great career option for a lot of people. You can do exports with us. We will give you the orders, we will give you the supply, we will give you the quality monitoring, we will give you documentations, we will give you payment surety, we will give you the buyers. We have a program where we don't teach exports in classes. We teach exports by giving you an order and doing everything and teaching you everything in an order, right from procurement, pricing in US dollars, insurance, making the costing by itself, how to secure ocean freights, how to secure space in the vessel, how to book vessels, which are the lines, what is a CHA, what is a freight forwarder. How do you select rice quality? How do you select rice? How do you select rice mills? How do you do quality inspection? How do you print bags, deliver the bags, load the rice in the bags? How do you do inspection, load it into a truck? How do you ship it to a CFS? How do you actually export? How do you actually get payment from the buyer? What all documentations? Everything is being handled by us. That's the beauty of our program at PWIP. But today, the main reason I'm also here is to help you to understand if you have any questions that you might want to ask me regarding exports, regarding finding buyers, regarding quality. And I have already a few questions by our users who have always been our great supporters, and we have a few questions that I will also take. So, in the meantime, I will just quickly look at a few more questions that it has come here. So, Kushbu Suri is asking what is the minimum investment we can do for rice exports? See, rice exports, if you are doing, You can do a shipment of just one container also. And assuming that you are in, say, for example, Chhattisgarh in Raipur, for example, you can, if say, for example, the rice is Swarna rice, it might cost you about 6 to 7 lakh rupees per container. So that's the investment that you need to buy rice. And then you might have to pay for a little bit about for bags, for CHA, for freight forwarding, etc. But more or less, assume that 6 to 7 lakhs is what you need to do one container. But the problem is there are a very less or low amount of buyers who actually give you one container order. Normally, if it is Swarna rice, IR64 rice, buyers always ask you for 50 containers, 100 containers, one vessel, right? 200 containers, 300 containers, like this. Whereas rice like, say, Basmati, whereas Sona Masuri, Kolam rice, Govindabhog rice, Idli rice, Matta rice, all these kind of rice, the quantity might be less, two, three containers at a time. So you can ship it out, take your payment and ship again, right? So this investment actually depends on this. But if you ask about us as PWIP, right now we are only facilitating orders which have 10 containers in a BL, so 10 containers in an invoice. So if one container is about 6 lakhs, so it will cost you about 60 about lakhs to make an investment to buy rice and ship. Ajay Kumar is asking, I wanted to know how open rice millers are to work in joint venture, and does all millers in your PIP list exports? Is there a possibility of working with them in partnership? Ajay, I suggest you talk to us directly because I'm not able to understand your question. What I understand from your question, Ajay, is I think you want to partner with millers, and you want to do a joint venture with the millers. Might be you want to export rice, you want to learn rice trade, or might be you're already into rice trade. I'm not sure. So I would need a little bit of background from you, and we can actually, do this. There are different models in which you can work with millers, right? Normally, a decently good or a big miller or a decently medium scale miller a producer produce anywhere between 30 to 40 tons per day, which is roughly about 1.5 to 2 containers every day in his mill, mostly for, say, Swarna rice or AR64 rice. And there are big millers as well. I have Karan who's asking, it's okay for new exporter enter in rice export or stay away from rice export. Well, Karan, never shy away from rice exports or never shy away from any business just because you don't have experience. I think either you can learn yourself, but in the field of rice exports, our only suggestion is that why do you have to reinvent the wheel? Why should you spend another 3 years to find out who are the buyers in the market, how to export, how to make pricing, who are the best suppliers, what if your quality goes wrong, etc., etc. You have to actually do this by trial and error, and it might take you about 1, 2, 3 years, right? So we have one such platform where we can help you with rice exports continuously and from day one, right? All you need is you need to keep your company setup ready, your incorporation, GST, PAN, IEC, APIDA, food safety license of central, ICE gate, digital signatures, bank account, AD code letters. All this you have to keep it ready, and then you will be ready to export. And the one final thing that is required majorly is your investment to buy rice, right? So I have, I belong to the state of Chhattisgarh state. Can we export from here? So Kushbu Suri is asking, Chhattisgarh is one of the biggest, rice exporting, state in India. So I'm surprised how you not know this because you're from Chhattisgarh. Neora, Tilda, Rajnandgaon, Raipur, a lot of all these places, Chhattisgarh and Gondia in Maharashtra, all these places, they are called the Chawal Nagari in India. So there's a lot of rice mills there, a lot of Swarna rice, IR64 rice, and RB Gold rice that is being exported out of there, right? Um, I have somebody asking, I'm planning to start rice exports today. I applied LLP. I have doubt if I export rice to UAE, can I receive payment in dirham into my Dubai bank into my Dubai bank account? So yes, definitely. So if you the only thing is that you want to take care that if you have a Dubai company and a Dubai bank account, your customer will transfer the money to your Dubai bank account in dirhams. But then, since you exported from here, you still have to get your money back to your country, to your bank account, which means you have to have the money come to India in the might be it's USD currency, or dirhams also can be transferred to India, which your bank will then convert it and remit it to your bank account. So if you export, the money has to come to India as well. That's the thing. Otherwise, you will not be able to close the EBRC. I hope you know what is EBRC. You have to close your EBRC after doing exports, right? Ilyas Khan is asking, export to USA, what particular document is required? Particularly for USA, my friends, countries like USA, Canada, the Europe, and say Saudi, and today in Dubai or UAE, for example, all these countries have been little bit becoming stringent in their norms, in their prerequisites to export there. कभी पेस्टिसाइड सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए रहता है, कभी SFDA, सऊदी में SFDA में आपका कंपनी अप्रूव होना रहता है, यूएस में FDA में अप्रूव होना रहता है. सो यू नीड टू गेट योर कंपनी अप्रूव्ड इन द FDA. This can be done either by your customer who is importing from you, he can help you, or you have to separately take this out with US agencies. So FDA is one for USA. Shubram, I am starting rice export, so can I do it? Yes, Shubram, you can definitely do it. I am typing our WhatsApp number here, 8317749274. This is our WhatsApp number. Okay, I'm sending this number here, 8317749274. Please send me a message on WhatsApp, and then we can connect and we can see how we can help you do exports. Kushbu Suri is again asking, in what country where we export rice, or where is the demand for rice export? Right? If you study the data, my friends, there are, as I said, last year India exported about 80,000 crores worth of rice. So this 80,000 crore is divided into basmati and non-basmati, almost equal. 40,000 crore is basmati, 40,000 crore is non-basmati. In 40,000 crore basmati, the basmati, the highest importer of basmati from India is Iran, which happens through government channels and government banks. And other countries which buy a lot of basmati rice is the Middle East countries, like Saudi, Dubai, UAE, Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, etc. So all these countries buy basmati rice. Coming to the non-basmati, as you guys know, every other rice which is not basmati is called non-basmati. So you have the share of Sona Masuri rice, Govindabhog rice, Swarna rice, IR64 rice, parboiled rice, idli rice, matta rice, Qatarni rice, IR 36 rice. There is brown rice which comes under non-basmati, and there's a lot of rice varieties which come under non-basmati, right? Now, under non-basmati, again, what happens is Middle East as a market itself is about a 20,000 crore market. The West African market is about a 10 to 15,000 crore market. So there are very big, good markets spread across the world. Ajit Exports Private Limited. Thank you, sir. You will help price exports in very authentic way. Thank you so much for these kind words from Ajit Exports Private Limited. Um, so again, Kushbu Suri is asking in Chhattisgarh where to begin. So I think for anybody who is wanting, not only to Kushbu Suri or anybody who is wanting to start rice exports, you should start. I think there are a few things that you have to do in parallel. One is finding a buyer. If you find the buyer, you have to give them the price and offer the quality, which means you need to know the source. You need to know what varieties of rice are available, what is its price, who are its millers, whom can I ask for the price. If you don't want to do that, Kushbu, I would suggest you to get in touch with us, and then we could get you started. I have already put my our WhatsApp number 8317749274. Right. I have Mustafa here, Nagabodi, asking, I am Karnataka, which rice is good? I'm from Karnataka, which rice is good for export? If you There are two things that I want to say for people who ask me, I am from particular place, which rice should I export? But it doesn't work like that. One is that, say, for example, if you are from Karnataka or if you are from Chhattisgarh, It is always best to select a rice which is in your region, because you can easily travel, you can find out, you can learn about it. But export doesn't work based on location. You can be sitting in Delhi, but shipping rice from buying rice from Tamil Nadu and shipping out of Chennai. That's how exports work. You can be sitting in Burdwan in West Bengal, but be buying rice from Karnataka and then selling through Mumbai port. So this is the beauty of exporting. You need not be physically present anywhere. You can sit outside the country. You can sit in the US and still run an export company in India. Why? Because a lot of things you work with third party companies. Your miller is a third party, your truck is a third party, your CHA is a third party, your freight forwarder is a third party, your logistics partner is a third party, your bag vendor is a third party, the bank that you process payment is a third party. You might need just one or two team members here in India whom you want to work with and take care of your work, right? So that's the beauty of otherwise, just to answer your question, Mustafa, is that India is, sorry, Karnataka is rich in Sona Masuri rice, RNR rice, BPT rice, Kolam rice, these particular rice, Matta rice, and this is what rice that you can actually concentrate on. Chetan Nagar is asking what's the initial amount required for export of rice. I mentioned that you can start anywhere between 6 lakhs per container. From Maharashtra, which rice is which is easy? Again, the same question from Karan. Yes, from Maharashtra you can do Swarna rice, you can do IR64 rice, you can do parboiled IR64 rice, you can do raw rice. These are the rice from Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, the Solapur region, Gondia region, Nagpur region, these regions have a good amount of rice there, right? Will we provide buyer or always or help in providing buyer in beginning only? So we provide buyers, and this has been asked by Ayaz Ahmed. We more than buyers, we provide you orders, so you can take up orders and do it regularly, and we give regular orders. You one shipment you ship. If you get the one shipment you ship, once you get the payment you ship again, and we'll give you continuous orders. We have been working with a lot of exporters right now. I have राठौड़ तालिब आस्किंग, सर मुझे आपके साथ काम करना है, मैंने कॉल भी किया था आपके ऑफिस पे में, लेकिन उसमें एलसी पेमेंट पे ऑर्डर का मना किया, मुझे एलसी ऑर्डर पे पिप काम नहीं करता है, मुझे एलसी पे काम करना है. सो राठौड़ तालिब इज आस्किंग दिस. देखिए, एलसी में क्या होता है, एलसी सिर्फ बड़े ऑर्डर्स के लिए दिए जाते हैं. कितने बड़े ऑर्डर्स? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर कोई 100 कंटेनर 200 कंटेनर कर रहे हैं तो उसके लिए एलसी दिया जाता है. 5 कंटेनर 10 कंटेनर करने के लिए कस्टमर्स नॉर्मल केस में एलसी नहीं देते हैं, क्योंकि वो जो एलसी बनाने का जो खर्चा होता है, वो खर्चा इतना ज्यादा होता है कि वो 5 या 10 कंटेनर में वो वर्कआउट नहीं होता है. तो अगर एलसी में काम करना है तो आपके पास बड़ा बायर होना चाहिए जिसके पास बड़ा ऑर्डर्स होते हैं, 200-300 कंटेनर या बल्क वेसल. इसीलिए हम नॉर्मली अभी बिगिनर्स और छोटे एक्सपोर्टर्स को हेल्प करने के लिए छोटे टिकट साइज, छोटे ऑर्डर साइज से काम करते हैं. लेकिन एक्सपोर्ट और पेमेंट और बायर और पेमेंट गारंटी हम ही देते हैं. तो वी आर totally giving guarantee for the payment, so that is how we work. इलियास खान पूछ रहे हैं, is LCL shipment to USA possible in rice? LCL shipment is possible for any product, but whether the cost will work, that is the only thing that we need to see, Ilyas ji. Otherwise, there is no problem in doing an LCL. So for people who don't know, LCL is nothing but a loose container load. FCL is a full container load. If the whole container is yours, then it is a full container load. But if you give a small quantity of say 10 boxes, 20 boxes to an agent to and उनको बोला कि ये देश में ये पोर्ट में पहुंचा दो, then it is a loose container load, so it's an LCL, right? I have a question again from Kushbu Suri. In rice export, which are you providing at PWIP? Is it completely advance payment on the buyer or partial payment system? I have Arshad Ali asking which kind of rice will have more margins. Right. So, see, at PWIP right now we are working on white rice, Swarna rice, IR64 rice, short grain. We do a little bit of basmati, we do a little bit of Sona Masuri rice as well for the Middle East market, right? Normally in export, nobody, I mean, in rice exports at least, nobody will give you the full payment in advance. That's a very rare case. Some part advance, some customers give, but what you should settle in for is a payment on BL copy, so that you don't lose your payment, right? Which kind of rice will have more margins? Normally, the more margins are in basmati rice, but for basmati, you will need more investment as well because basmati is expensive. There are a few questions which have come to us on Instagram for this live, which I will ask. What all expenses? I have Bhavik Maru asking what all expenses are to be considered after X mil for quoting price to the buyer. What all expenses? So after your rice price, you have to have the costing of CHA charges. You have to have the costing of local transport. You have to have the costing of bags. You have to have the costings of any finance cost, if any, if you are borrowing money for your shipment. You should have costing of your ocean freights. You have to have costing of your shipping line locals like terminal handling charges, BL charges, surrender charges. This has to be factored in. After all of this, you have to have the dollar. We have to divide by the dollar and then add your margins and then arrive at the price. So when will 20% export duty be taken? So Mohammed Hussein is asking when will 20% export duty be taken off? As of now, I mean, I think there is no clarity on when will be the duty withdrawn. There is a lot of rumors making the round in terms of whether it will be banned, whether it will be duty that will be taken out, etc., etc. So as of now, I think there is no clarity, right? Will the prices of basmati and non-basmati will further increase or decrease? So, lately the prices was a little bit jumping high. Basmati has reached to from 75, 80, it has reached to about 90, 95 levels. Sona Masuri rice, which used to be 2 years back in 29, 30 rupees levels, has now reached to 38, 39 levels, which is alarming. Mohammed Hussein is asking, do pesticide tests are mandatory for non-basmati rice for Dubai? Yes. So Dubai has come up with a new requirement of pesticide tests. So now all the shipments going to Dubai to UAE has to have a pesticide check. So that's one thing which has come up recently, for because of which a lot of exporters are facing an issue because they are not able to, some of them not able to get clearance on the rice having a low pesticide. So So I have a question from Salman. He's asking, is Govindbhog and Siraga Samba the same? Yes. So Govindbhog, Siraga Samba is the same. This rice has found many names like Govindbhog, Siraga Samba, Ambe More, Jeera Kasala, Jeera rice, and things like that. So I have a question. Is it true that government lift up the export duty again? Same question from Gaurav. So government lifting the rice ban, rice export duty. I'm not sure as of now. We don't have any news actually. How to find a potential buyer for export of rice? You can do it. You can study export data. You can do some Google search. You can visit the country and try and meet a few importers there, etc., etc., right? Right. So these are the few questions, and I have, I think, one more question which has come right now. I am a beginner. Is there any mill owners which is ready to do joint venture? Yeah. So this was asking. This was asked here, and we have already asked the question. It was asked by Ajay Kumar, and we have somebody who is Azhar Presswala, who's asking, is Azhar from Surat. Need to know how we started rice export from one container, because as you said in your videos that this commodity normally buyer require about 5 to 10 containers. Sir, as new exporters have less capital and experience for exports. So how can we manage? Secondly, we want to know about best geographical miller which I have approached for rice, because transportation is very important part for export. Azhar Presswala is asking this. See, basically, Yeah, there are. If you need to work on one container or two containers kind of an order, normally this the rice for this it will be say idli rice, say idli rice, say Sona Masuri rice, say Kolam rice, HMT rice, RNR rice. These kind of rice which are actually ordered in one, two containers. It happens sometimes in rice like Sona Masuri, Kolam, and these kind of rice. Normally, there are also exporters who actually order 10 containers or 20 containers, but then they will tell you ship two in a week, or ship two in a lot. These kind of shipment plans is what they ask for, which becomes much easier for you to export, right? So that is how it is going to be. Right. So I have a few more questions which has come here, and I think um, it's been a very interesting session, my friends. I hope this is helpful for you. Um, as I always say that there's a lot of room for a lot of us in the field of exports, and rice exports especially is a blessing. Rice is one such commodity which does not get spoiled easily in transit. It does not get damaged easily. Even if it gets damaged, it comes out as a blessing that it always tries to save you from disaster. So I feel we eat rice at home, right? So we see rice. I think we as Indians also respect rice. I mean, even a lot of times our parents tell us not to stamp rice because food is like God and things like that. So there's a lot of emotions actually connected to rice. And what if you make this emotion your business, right? So it's an amazing experience to do rice as a business, and especially exports. You'll understand the international market, how is it exported, what happens in the container, how do you do pricing, how do you do bags, how do you do quality inspection, and a lot of things like this that you will come across. I have a follow-on question from Rathod Thalib asking, मैं बल्क ऑर्डर पे काम करना करने के लिए रेडी हूँ 100 कंटेनर्स पे मुझे एलसी पे काम करना है क्या आप मुझे हेल्प कर सकते हैं so Rathod Talib if you want to do bulk you want to do 100 plus containers in a go then there is definitely LCs that we can work on for your order. What you can do is, Rathod Talib, you can message us on 8317749274. Send us a WhatsApp. We will connect with you, and then we could. I'm at this moment. I'm not sure whether your company is ready, whether your company documents are ready. So we'll have to find out all of this, and then we can definitely take a call, right? So I have Vinayak Gupta asking, in one video of yours, you told about rice agents who help in export orders. Where do we contact these agents from? So when I talk about rice agents, there are two types of agents in the market. One agents are agents who give orders. They sit in say Sri Lanka or Singapore, Dubai, US, Switzerland, Paris, etc. They act as agents. They get you the orders. They will tell you who is the buyer, what to bill at, how to bill, when should the shipment be, etc., etc., and they will take commission. There is another agent who will help you buy rice from mills. So in each rice pocket there will be mills. So this again, there's a lot of ways in which you can find these agents. You can visit the countries. You can talk to some exporters. Some exporters have a lot of orders which they are not able to do. They will pass it on to you. You can visit trade shows and conferences in other countries and things like that is where you will find out. Kushbu Suri is asking what is the BL payment? Can you explain? So looks like Kushbu Suri, you are very new to exports. I would suggest you join us to learn exports. We have a program where you can learn exports as well, and you can do exports as well. So BL is nothing but a document. Once the ship has sailed, the ship will give you a document which is called BL. This BL is a document you have to send scan copy to your buyer, and buyer will make the payment. Only after receiving the payment, this BL has to be surrendered with the shipping line so that the importer in the other country can take delivery of the cargo. If you don't surrender the BL with the shipping line, the buyer cannot take control of the cargo. So this is one particular instrument which is used for payment to safeguard your payment. So Ilyas Khan is asking a follow-on question: what is the status of export duty on non-basmati? As I said, as of now, the decision is still pending. We have no clarity on what is going to happen with the rice export on non-basmati, export duty on non-basmati. I think if gets get lifted, if the prices soften in the local market, I think it will be a great day for all of us, so that we can, sell our rice at a cheaper price compared to the heavy duty that we have to pay, right? Ayush Rathod is asking, can we start export of rice from LC deals only without any investment? Yes, you can start from LC, but without any investment. Even if you get an LC from a buyer, you still have to put your investment and buy the rice, buy bags, buy the, CHA, CFS, everything you pay, and then you finally get the payment from the bank through your LC that you submitted. So you still have to have your cash, unless you have a company which has a track record and you have some collateral with the bank as security, and then the bank will fund you for the LC. So that in that case it might be possible. So I have LC irrevocable में काम कर सकते हैं. LC irrevocable. So LC irrevocable is nothing but once the LC is issued, you cannot revoke it back. That is called irrevocable LC. You cannot call back the LC. So that kind of an LC is a very safe LC to work on, right? Arshad Ali, margins will vary from country to country in non-basmati rice. Yes, definitely margins vary. Margins not only vary from country to country, margins also vary from buyer to buyer as well. There are some buyers who want better quality, who are ready to pay a higher price. Some buyers always want price competitiveness. So there's a few things like this that the buyers will have. So based on country to country, also this particular thing varies. So, Prajakta Kaje is asking how much does PIP charge if we start export with PIP? So, Prajakta, I would suggest you to talk to us directly. We have some initial subscription fees that we take for getting you orders. Depending on what kind of fund limits you have for exports, depending on how early you can start exports, and a lot of things like that, the prices will vary. For which I would suggest you to call us or talk to us on 8317749 274, the number that we have that we have, right? So good that Rathod Talib is saying that the company is ready, so we can start looking at it and start working on it. I have इलियास खान asking a follow on question. LCL shipments का समझ में नहीं आया USA के लिए. So LCL shipment, I was saying LCL is nothing but loose container load, which means a part container. The whole container cargo is not yours. The agent will be having a container. You'll get a small space, whether you want to put say 10, 20 or 50 bags of rice there, and in that container, other commodities and other products also will be going, which will be handled by the agent. And instead of sending one full container, you are able to send, say, 100, 200 bags also in a container, say for example, US. But having said that, for rice, it does not become competitive when you do that, because you have to that small quantity of rice from the mill. How will you, ship it to the port? The transport will, take up, eat up a lot of the transportation cost, and a lot of times the rice will not become competitive, right? So becoming economically viable as a product is also very, very important, my friends. My friends, thank you so much. It was an amazing session to answer all the questions that you have. I think we will keep doing this very often. Uh, I think knowledge, as much as possible, I want to, and we at PWIP want to, impart this knowledge of exports. There is a huge demand and huge opportunity while it comes to exports, and all of us too should take benefit of that. My only point is, why should we reinvent the wheel and start from scratch? Whereas you can partner with somebody like us who will do your shipment end to end and help you with exports, and make you an exporter as early as possible. If you have your documents ready, every documentation ready, we can start as quickly as in 1 week, right? Thank you so much, friends. I will see you all very, very soon. Please spread this knowledge. Please give us your love through likes, comments, shares, and I will see you soon, might be as early as next week. Thank you.